What's up? Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader here, quarantined in LA. Just trying to answer your questions. This gives us an opportunity, frankly, to study harder. And because the market is so volatile, it gives us a time to profit more. You know, my students and I have actually been making record profits in this market. Tim Grittani, for example, made over $700,000 last month. Mark Crook made nearly $200,000. Jack Kellogg made nearly $80,000. These are just three of so many trading challenge students that I can brag about. I'll post a link to my trading challenge below. You have to apply. It doesn't matter how much money you offer me. I'm not in this for money. I have to choose my students. And we have a whole interview process because I only want to teach dedicated students. So I'm making these videos. I'm on this like worldwide hunt for dedicated students. I don't know where my next millionaire student will be. Maybe it is you if you take this seriously. And in this video, I want to go over what does it actually take to be a millionaire? We use this term like people laugh like, you know, when I meet them in person, they come up to me and they're like, wow, it's like a real live millionaire. And I'm like, what am I, like an endangered species? Like, you know, if you actually knew what it took to make millions, starting with just a few thousand, yeah, you'd probably be impressed, but a lot of people wouldn't want to do that. You know, I'm not an endangered species. Millionaires are just hard workers, especially if you've done it the right way where you can keep growing it and it creates lasting wealth. There's many different kinds of millionaires. Bitcoin millionaires usually don't know much about finance or anything. They got lucky, they were in the right place at the right time. Congrats to them. If you look at lotto winners, they get lucky, they feel special. A lot of lotto winners commit suicide. If you look at childhood stars, maybe they have a good face or a good voice or a talent or they look cute or something, they usually end up as drug users. If you look at a lot of athletes who make too much money or they're too successful at a young age, they go broke Allen Iverson style. It's very easy to make a lot of money and lose it, okay? And I know many of you guys watching this will be like, yeah, I'd like to make a lot of money and lose it. No, okay? I want you to make a lot of money the right way so that when you do reach $1 million, you have gone through the ups and the downs. You are grateful for it. You recognize what it took to get there. And you appreciate it so much, you are never going to risk losing it. That is the right way to making millions of dollars. If it comes too easily, you do not appreciate it. Just as easy it is to acquire $1 million, you can lose it if you're not careful, if you are not trained the right way. And people don't think this way. People just want the $1 million. They want 500,000. Heck, they'll be happy with 10,000. Half of Americans have savings of less than $10,000. So $1 million sounds so far out of reach. But what I will teach you is how to grow your account exponentially. Tim Grittani started with $1,500. He actually lost his first $1,500. Then he realized he needed help and he came to me and he joined my challenge, okay? And he didn't just go from $1,500 to now nearly 11 million, like straight up. His first 3 months, he did not trade. His first 9 months, while he was, you know, even 6 months in of actual trading, but 9 months in after studying, he made nothing. Can you partake in studying a subject where your friends, your family are making fun of you for how much you study it, and there's no monetary gains whatsoever? And mind you, this is one of the greatest penny stock traders in the world. He's humble about it, but I know most penny stock traders, he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest. And if the greatest or one of the greatest made nothing his first 9 months, and mind you, that was also in a hot market, how do you think you're gonna be when there's not necessarily a hot market when you're starting? It might take you 12 months or 16 or 24 months. The good news is I teach a lot of dumb people too. And no matter how dumb, stubborn, drunk, degenerate they are, within 3 or 4 years, I've taught them the rules and I've taught them to A, stay safe, even if they're not, you know, making millions, and B, to keep their losses at a minimum. That is the key here, okay? Tim Grittani, myself, Mark Crook, Michael Good, all my top millionaire students, we still lose, but we've learned to control our losses and minimize them and not let small mistakes turn into potential disasters. That's one of our biggest secrets. That's why I say rule number 1 is cut losses quickly. If you understand that, if you've been watching my videos or maybe this is your first video, leave a comment underneath this video. Say, rule number 1 is to cut losses quickly. Type this out. Rule number 1 is to cut losses quickly. These 7 words, 8 words, are going to change your life. I'm not that smart. I'm not that good at math. I can't even count the numbers on my freaking fingers, okay? You do not have to be smart in this game. You have to be disciplined. Cutting losses quickly is not an option. I'm wrong all the time. Sometimes I just choose wrong. Sometimes I get unlucky. I bought a stock the other day. The very minute they did an offering, the stock was breaking out to new highs. I was like, oh, perfect breakout. Same minute, bought into a wall of sellers, got crushed. But for me, getting crushed is losing like $1,000 or $2. Those are my worst losses. Even though I've made millions of dollars, I cut my losses so quickly. I am so disciplined, and that allows me to succeed. Last week, I made about $7,000. The week before, I made $11,000. Was I right on every trade? No. But in both weeks, my losses were $300, $500, $700. That's it. My gains were $2,000, $3,000, sometimes $4,000 or $5,000. They add up over time. And I show all my trades. I'm going to post a link. You can see every single one of my trades. It's not enough just to say, oh, I made this much. There's so many fakes in my industry that show a month-end statement, or they show one photo, like, look how much I made. Show me every trade, not just the end result, because you can make money but not really appreciate it. You can make money and take excessive risks. Somebody who might make $50,000 on a leveraged, triple ETF, which is basically a guessing game, and they're using leverage, and the ETF is already leveraged, and let's say they make 50 grand. That's not a good trade, even though they made 50 grand. The next time they do it, they might lose 150 grand. So you can't be confused by big profits once or twice, especially when they're risky, especially when you can't control the losses. But I might lose $200 on a trade or $2,000 on a trade when I buy a stock, and unfortunately, there's an offering the same minute. And that is a good trade because I stuck to rule number 1. Life is not as simple as just how much money can you make on a trade versus how much can you lose. It's how closely can you follow rules? How disciplined can you be? How patient can you be for the next good setup to come? This is why I teach trading. It's very counterintuitive. A lot of the best rules you don't realize, especially as a newbie. And mind you, I never had a teacher, I never had a mentor. So everything I've learned, I try to put into very simplistic terms because that's how I wish someone had told me in the beginning. I wish I had someone guiding me in the beginning, but I didn't. I can't go back in time. Even though I made millions, I made so many boneheaded mistakes, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. I like to prevent that for you. If you read my book, my best-selling book, An American Hedge Fund, in one of the chapters, I lose $1 million. Half of it was mine. I lost basically $500,000 of my own money with a dumb, boneheaded mistake. I didn't know any better. I'm going to post a link just below this for a free copy. This was a best-selling book. You can buy it on Amazon. Thousands of people still buy it on Amazon every year for 20 bucks. I don't know why. I'm offering it for free. It's the same book, but you get to choose. Even at $20, it's still a good deal because you get this knowledge, you get my experience, and I will be blunt AF with you. That is my key to being a successful trader and a successful teacher. I don't care. I have thick skin. You can call me whatever you want. I get called a lot of names. You can hate me if you want, but I will teach you the rules that I wish someone had taught me. That's what this is all about. You want to make millions? Get ready for some counterintuitive rules that are going to make you weird, like many of the top traders I know. But you'll also get rich. You get to choose. Is it okay to be weird and rich, or do you want to be normal and poor? Doesn't matter to me. I'm throwing out this information. Whoever wants it can utilize it. And I love meeting my dedicated students. I've met some of my top students' babies. I was the first one to meet Roland's baby. I just happened to be in Arizona when it was born. I was having an interview and I said, hey, let me meet up. And he said, hey, sorry, my baby was just born. So I went to the hospital and met the baby. First person to meet the baby. I went to Mark Crook's wedding. He's now made over $2 million. He made nearly $200,000 last month. I love being a part of people's lives if you're disciplined because it makes me feel, fulfilled. I love helping people with these lessons and rules. So click the links below and leave a comment below if you're going to respect my rule number 1 about cutting losses quickly.